Okay, let's talk about it. The 6 trauma responses. I mentioned it earlier in a TikTok of mine about how there's 6 trauma responses that all start with F. And then in another video about screaming, this person was like, wait a minute, what is the FLOP response? That's what they meant to say. They've heard of fight, flight, freeze, but they're like, what are you talking about? And did you know that there are 6 trauma responses? And they're really kind of like categories because there's subsets and symptoms within them. And they all start with F. Can you name them? What are they? Typically in the order they're given, it is flock, freeze, flight, fight, fawn, and flop. Flock is the first one. That's the one where there's an earthquake and everybody freezes and looks around to see what everybody else is doing, and then like a herd, they take off following whoever's running whatever direction they're going. Now for the rest of them, I'm going to give an analogy I gave in an earlier TikTok. Imagine somebody breaks into your home. There's burglars in the middle of the night. The first thing you're going to do is freeze. You're going to stop moving, and your senses are going to become heightened. You're going to listen and look. When you recognize that somebody has broken into your home, you're going to look for an escape. That's flight. If you cannot flight, if you cannot flee, you're going to start looking around for a weapon, something to defend yourself with. That's fight. If you realize that you cannot defend yourself, you have nothing to fight with, or it doesn't make sense, they outnumber you, you're going to switch to fawn. This is where people-pleasing lives. You're going to say, hey, take whatever you want, money's on the counter, purse is by the door, just don't hurt us. You're going to negotiate for your safety. But here's the one that people don't talk about. It's the one that comes next. Trigger warning on this. When you can't run or hide or fight, when fawning isn't working and danger is coming, when your brain recognizes that you are facing impending doom or inescapable pain, you will switch to the flop response. In fight and flight, your heart rate increases, your pulse increases, your blood oxygenates because you're getting ready to move. In flop, the opposite happens. Your heart rate decreases, the blood is pulled to your central organs, and your body braces for impact. And this is where disassociation lives. If you've experienced disassociation as a trauma response, you've experienced flop. And if you've had childhood trauma that you could not escape from, flop was probably your go-to. I could do more of this, but only at your request because it's a trigger warning. Let me know.